If you enjoy stories that keep you at the edge of your seat, shock you with mind-blowing plot twists, and chill your spine with its disturbing scenarios, chances are you're crazy for psychological thrillers. However, if you ever feel like you've exhausted the most popular movies, shows, and novels under the genre, then you might just be scratching the surface because the anime scene have some of the most thrilling stories waiting for you to discover. On this list, we've rounded up top 10 of the best anime with psychological themes and hair-raising thrills that demand a place on your watch list.
お前はパーを出して負けたんだ。
5本指全部よこせよどれにしようかな
Yuichi Katagiri has battled financial hardships his whole life, but has learned to stay content and positive thanks to his close circle of friends. To keep a promise he made to them, Yuichi saves up enough money to join them on the school trip. But when the gathered money mysteriously goes missing, suspicion falls on two of Yuichi's friends, Shiho Sawaragi and Makoto Shibe, who were in charge of collecting the payments. Although innocent, Shiho and Makoto take responsibility for the failure to protect the money when no one else comes forward. A few days later, Yuichi and his friends receive mysterious letters which trick each of them into meeting up. Upon arrival, they are ambushed and knocked unconscious. They wake up in a mysterious room in the presence of Manabu-kun, a character from a controversial children's show that stopped airing due to its malicious content. He informs the group that one of them indirectly gathered them together in order to settle a large debt. They are to play a friendship game, a series of games that will test the strength of their bond and trust in each other. As the group's faith wavers due to the growing number of secrets and betrayals, Yuichi must figure out who of his friends he can actually trust and ultimately discover the identity of the traitor. People who left off Classroom of the Elite after Season 1 have seriously missed out on some masterpiece-level action. Classroom of the Elite is a psychological school anime about Ayanokoji Kiyotaka, who enrolled in the government-based advanced nurturing high school. On the surface, he may look like an average student, but deep down lies something a lot darker. The school itself is built differently. Here, all the classes compete with each other to rise up to Class A, to achieve the promise of 100% job placement or high education.
By accident.
Remember, you chose this path.
It's Sphinx. They released a new video.
Remember, there will be another boom if you don't solve it in time.
Shibazaki! Roppongi's been hit! We should take this as a direct challenge to the police force!
Don't do anything stupid. Has the past taught you nothing at all?
Ready or not? You won't get away again. Here I come!
Terror in Resonance is another anime that depicts the spread of terror among people. It begins with a terrorist attack on a nuclear facility in Japan, causing great chaos among the citizens and the authorities who are supposed to track down the culprits. 6 months later, a video surfaced on the internet with two teenagers who identify themselves as a Sphinx, threatening to cause further destruction across Tokyo. With the mass panic and the dangerous terrorists on the loose, Detective Kinjiro Shibazaki finds himself desperate to find answers.
Get up. Mom!
So, does that mean you'd kill to protect me?
Erased is a super underrated psychological thriller anime. Erased has the potential of competing with Steins Gate for the best time-traveling anime. Erased is also seinen, like Monster, not suitable for kids. Erased is a mystery anime about Satoru, who has a special ability. He is able to rewind back seconds before a life-threatening event occurs. When he is falsely accused of the murder of a closed one, he goes back 18 years into the past. Soon, he realizes that the murder is connected to the abduction and murder of his classmate Kaio Hinazuki that took place when he was a child. Now that he is given a chance to correct his future, he must make things right at all costs.
I got a call from the school today. They said you left early.
Something happened?
Just felt a little sick, that's all. I can't tell Mom or Dad about this. I think I'm crazy.
What the hell is going on?
I can't tell anyone about this.
There a problem with your hand?
No, it's fine. I don't know how the hell you got in there, but you're coming out.
Parasite is an excellent underrated horror anime loved in the community. Parasite is one of those anime that will make you hooked on from the first episode. The first episode packs enough action and suspense to make you want more. Parasite is a psychological horror anime about strange creatures who came to Earth and started taking over human bodies. Shinichi Izumi, a school student, was also attacked by one. He managed to avoid it getting to his brain, forcing it to inhabit his right hand. Now the pair are forced to cooperate in order to live in a world full of parasites and humans.
Eat their flesh, family flesh. Children, I shouldn't eat it. You have to help me.
So you're not a human.
I can't be a ghoul.
Well, you're not a ghoul either.
Tokyo Ghoul is already quite popular in the anime community, and has left its mark there too. Tokyo Ghoul may not be the best psychological thriller anime, but the manga version is certainly contending for the same. Tokyo Ghoul is a horror anime about ghouls, who devour humans to survive. A shy boy, Kaneki Ken's life gets turned out when his date with a girl turns out wrong. The girl turns out to be a ghoul, and feasts on him. Miraculously, he survived as a dozen of beams fell on her. In order to save Kaneki, her organs were transplanted into his body, resulting in him becoming a one-eyed ghoul. Now, stuck between the society of humans and that of ghouls, Kaneki must find a place for himself.
Dr. Tenma, there's something I want only you to hear. That time, long ago, when the monster appeared in front of me.
Monster anime recently got a lot of exposure, which it certainly deserved. Monster is a psychological anime that shows the true twisted nature of man. Monster starts slow, becoming a true masterpiece by the end. Monster is a psychological thriller anime about Dr. Kenzo Tenma, who saves the life of a young innocent boy over the life of the mayor. After that, his life goes upside down, as the boy he once saved becomes a serial killer, killing innocent people. Kenzo feels a lot of responsibility and guilt for this, prompting him to take the life of the boy himself. Before moving to the top 3, I want to add some mentions which are also worth watching.
They would normally be completely isolated as latent criminals, but we allow them into the outside world for a single purpose: to flush out and hunt down criminals just like themselves. They're nothing more than hunting dogs. The best way to track a beast is with a beast. We call them enforcers.
I can't let this happen. Look out! Whatever the cost.
A diary of this kind and its user are as one.
Strike! Wait a second. Why do this when you already know their whole life story?
Now I'm about to die, before I've had a chance to do a single thing with my life.
You don't want it to end here, do you? You appear to have a reason for living. If I grant you power, could you go on? Accept this contract and you accept its conditions. While living in the world of humans, you will live unlike any other.
To the uninitiated, Code Geass might appear to be an action-driven mecha anime, but it offers far more to the viewers with its mind-blowing mind games. The series revolves around Lelouch, the exiled prince of Britannia, who was sent to Japan as a mere political pawn. With a thirst for revenge on his father and his own country, Lelouch then uses his genius and his geese, which grants him the power to manipulate people, to take down Britannia and its king.
If you could travel back in time and redo one thing, what would you choose and why?
Now, Mayuri.
Since we're already on the topic of going back in time, and the idea of death happening over and over again, and seeing a person go clinically insane underneath the cruel boot of reality, let's talk about Steins Gate. It's one of those shows that starts off kinda calm and slice-of-lifey, only to kick everything into gear and present one of the best stories anime has ever seen. The stakes are always very high. Steins Gate's story has so many twists, turns, upsets, and surprises that you'll never feel like you truly know what's going to happen, which is the dream of any thriller fan.
I have the power to make the world, to make people better, and I'm not afraid to use it. I'm not afraid to kill. How and when it happens is entirely in my hands. All I need is a name, a face, a pen, and this notebook. No one can stop me.
If you've watched any anime at any point, you should have seen Big Daddy Death Note coming. It's arguably the most enticing cat and mouse chase ever presented, especially in the first half of the show. It's just two brilliant minds try to outwit each other. There's literally no reason not to watch this show, unless you've already seen it. So if for whatever reason you have somehow managed to avoid Death Note until now, go and watch it. Trust me, it is not overhyped. It's just brilliant. I mean, it made me hyped to see a bro wash another bro's feet. Not a lot of anime can do that. So that's it for today, guys. If you like what you saw, make sure to like the video because it gives me the motivation to make videos better and better each time. And make sure to subscribe for daily awesome anime content.